More or less well rested. If I left TSR on, because, like, that artifacting there looks weird. Over to the main facility. I also need to get a wiki window open. Specty.wiki.gg. And we're going to start off looking at computers and seeing what we can put underneath computers. Like supercomputers, one there. But that's got more Caterian-based recipes, and that might go the other cigarette. There's also the thing of what stuff heavy modular frame gets used in cars when I was at the tail end of 20B? Is that the name of it? No, 19B. Losing track of what number I'm on. I was doing like I was starting to set up the fuse modular frame stuff. Like that's something that on like a next run might end up going like in this cigarette, because you know there's still like the frame facility. Use modular frame used in Mark III miners and particle accelerators. Pressure conversion cube used in uranium fuel rod, and there's a turbo motor involved. Ew. Nuclear pasta. Nuclear pasta currently exclusively a space elevator part. So if you use modular frame, that might just get slapped in wherever's convenient. But I think like if I do a restart, I would put it over here. I could restart now, but there's not enough like in it to warrant doing that. Like, we haven't fully explored what the impact of shipping iron and coal out from here is going to have on these two facilities and that facility, because it might end up being that the iron ingot floor becomes redundant, which means on the next restart I can just eliminate it. Yeah. Let's pick another option to explore. So put AI limiter and high-speed connector. That goes into the supercomputer. Oh, crystal oscillator's one. That goes into the radio control unit. Yeah. Crystal oscillator should be above computer for the crystal computer. Or like that. That's one thing to do. Yeah. I think we need to actually slap some signs up now. Well, actually, one thing we can do is we can finish the damn starter factory shit. Is that the right side? I think it is. Yeah. But also we need some concrete. This kind of layout feels more in line with what I used to do over in Grass Fields, where I had like a centralized warehouse in the basement, where like everything would feed down and there'd just be like rows of storage bins underneath, and there was like a hypertube interchange at the end rather than in the middle. Sorted. Actually, yeah, we're going to spec this up inside the blueprint designer because we're going to need a directory signed for it. On the bottom, we're going to have storage. Then, we're going to have computer. And we're going to have crystal oscillator. Just like also off to the side here. Kind of plan out what we're doing with the Deuterium side of things. Supercomputer need. We're not producing over there. But circuit boards. I know, it's high-speed connector. So high-speed connector. EI limiter. Go there. Computer, there we go. Right, so crystal computer is just these two. Base recipe computer brings in any more wire. No. Yeah, so that's everything there. Let's look at the supercomputer side. But radio control unit needs to go in here somewhere. Forget where cooling unit gets built. Can I see the directory sign from over here? Yes, I can. Oop. Moving around too much there. Oh, heat sink's over there, but cooling unit isn't. The feeling the cooling unit should be closer to the ground. That being over there slightly ideally places it for turbo motors. I mean, it will be on the floor above. But what would happen is it would probably like scoot over there and then scoot over there. Because it's going down, it'll be on the right floor rather than having to go like up again and then back down. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, yeah, so radio control unit. What does radio control unit require? Base recipe requires computers and crystal oscillators, which would be down here, whereas, like, we want to use it over here, but the recipes, like the constituent parts, are over here. Radio control unit down the bottom. So, next thing, battery's the next thing, but I haven't ever really produced battery, so I don't really know where to put it. Let's see what's involved in making battery. We're looking at the alts for making supercomputers. So we have sulfuric acid, aluminum solution, and aluminum casing. Now, aluminum solution we make over there. I still can't remember if I've got a dedicated floor for it. Let's go have a look. We do not have a dedicated floor for it. That's possibly a mistake. Battery could go over here, like above these. We can always take it out. Electromagnetic control rod. So that is made either with stator and AI limiter, which is over there and up there, or it's made with stator and high-speed connector, which is there. Which means if we're going to put it anywhere, we put it underneath these two. Now we reassess radio control unit. we shove that underneath computer. Heatsink, high-speed connector, crystal state select. Oh yeah. So everything in there is fine. What can we use it in though? Conversion cube, which might end up getting slapped atop there, or even just shoved next to heavy modular frame for no good reason. Obviously, supercomputer. And all the buildables. Oh, yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with the assessment of these three. So I guess like the next thing to do would be to assess crystal oscillator. Crystal oscillator. Let's grab that from computer. So AI limiters, crystal oscillator, quartz crystal. Be getting distributed from over there. Got the raw quartz mate. Actually, no, hang on a second. The raw quartz for crystal oscillator is probably going to come from in here. There's the quartz caves that we don't go anywhere near. And there's these ones down here. Yeah, being up so high seems to want to skew the radar ping results, because actually it's not so much that as well. Like me position over here, like feels like it skews how close that quartz cave is. Well, it's not really a cave, kind of feels over there. Yeah. Anyway, input wise, crystal oscillator position feels good, so let's have a look at the outputs. What's used in WEPS reduction, which is going to be in a different facility altogether, so we don't give a shit. It's obviously used in radio clone, which we've already assessed. It's used in motor, which is over there. So it's okay positioning, because turbo motor would be there, motor would be there, so that would just be going down. Uranium fuel rod, I don't even want to think about. I think I've only unlocked nuclear twice. I've never gotten around to deploying it, so I wouldn't even want to be thinking that far ahead. So, crystal oscillator looks good. So, next thing up would be circuit board. So, we've got to figure out whether to do inline production on copper sheets. Just feed it in. Yes, if we're going to be doing quick wire, we would be bringing in the ingots for a continuum circuit board. And if we're doing silicon circuit board, we're going to have quartz coming in the general direction for crystal oscillator anyway, so it's not that big of an issue. That's also copper sheets. We might end up doing inline production on copper sheets for circuit boards. Because it's 2-to-1 for base recipe and 1-to-1 for, well, 1-to-1-to-1 for steam copper sheets. there's not really much to do there. So then the next thing up is cable. There's the possibility of doing quick wire cable. Feels weird to even consider doing that. I think I might have tried setting up coated cable once, but yeah, the cable's always been just cable. So where's cable used? Automated wiring, that's space elevators, that's over there. It's already set up, don't care. Computers down there, so that's fine. Crystal data, yeah, that's fine. High-speed connectors on the same floor. That's convenient. That was intentional. And then that looks like it's all buildables yet. And then there's wire. Ingot-wise, it's going to have ingots coming in regardless of which recipe I do. I don't think it would be a good idea to ship iron ingots from over here to the wire production facility. It would just seem weird. I generally favour its deuterium wire, but I don't know if I've got that unlocked. Oh, I've got all of them unlocked. So yeah, I could do any of them. Yeah, so I think what we'd do is we'll calculate how much wire we need, and then figure out what recipe we want to go with based on, well, all of them. What wire used in? Can we shipping it out of places? Stator makes its own wire. Cable's gonna. Cable's probably gonna get fed from the wire floor just because it's right above it. It would seem weird to be shipping ingots to both. Just generally weird. Automated wirings taken care of over there. Battery. Trying to have a ways to go. This might end up getting its own ingot shipped to it. Maybe. Let's have a look at the battery recipes. Yeah, there's no other alt that requires like wire or like other deuterium like based shit. So that would, yeah, it'd be cases of like however I feel about it at the time. Okay, so I think I'm generally happy with that. So now let's do a more thorough assessment of this shit. So we've already looked at the supercomputer, but I want to do another closer inspection on it. So everything apart from plastic already taken care of within these two selections. OC supercomputer, we have cooling unit over here, radio control unit over here. Superstate computer, we have computer, battery, and electromagnetic control rod. So everything is good. I still want to like set up the belting for those alts, because it's going to feel weird if I don't and I go. I want to have it looking like clean right from the get-go. Because until I actually get the recipe, I can just mark them all as question marks, which I don't know if I have any. No, yeah, we do. We've got some question mark ones here. So, because we don't know what turbo motor recipe we're going to land with where we start needing to produce it, it's just, you know, unassigned. Same thing for the motor alts. So supercomputer is good. Next thing up is battery. So pretty much everything aside from wire for battery is going to be brought in from elsewhere. There'll be bauxite coming in from up there, coal coming in from either through there or, you know, out on this massive viaduct. We're doing a lunar solution. That might actually encourage us to go exploring through Northern Forest, because I think there's a bunch of core loads in there, rather than going into Red Jungle. Is that red? I keep getting it messed up. Because I don't go in these biomes very often. I don't know whether that's Red Jungle or Red Bamboo Forest. I'm going to have to look it up on the bloomin' map. That's Red Jungle. Specifically, that's Red Jungle Pillars. So, yeah. So there's coal in there, but it's full of alpha stingers. Whereas Northern Forest isn't somewhere that I explore all that much, so, you know, forcing myself to go through there. Battery. Yeah, battery's going to be feel a little bit funky. So the next thing on the sign list is cooling device. Why is cooling device in there? The autocomplete, that's weird. Oh, it's an alt that doesn't redirect. Right, I get it. Okay, so heat sinks from out there, motors from over there. Water would be from wherever. Yeah, it feels like cooling system should be getting produced over in that building. Feels a bit weird that it isn't. Yeah. I mean, what I would end up having to do, because of the size of that building, is slap the floor on top of it, or slap a building, like, next to it. be shipping shit out. It is a parts reduction recipe, so you've got 12, 12, 30, 150 down to 6. So shipping it out from there wouldn't be a problem. This would be one of those like reasons to look at restarting. Like one of the things I've been thinking about with the size of that building, as tall as it is the orientation of that building being what it is means that I can't really justify slapping another ziggurat next to it, because that kind of interferes with the aesthetics of having this big ass viaduct of plastic and rubber running through. What I would end up having to do is rotate it 90 degrees, and then I'd have more room to expand. And then, like, the viaduct for plastic would, like, come across the front of the building. I think the orientation might be an artifact of the whole trains thing, and also the whole that rocky outcrops in the way thing. The size of this viaduct is another reason why to consider possibly doing a restart now, even, because I've got to run Caterium ingots from up there. That means 2 belts, like one for like quick wire, one for normal wire. That just strikes me as a complete pain in the ass. It was just like kind of like a big no, but like looking at the prospect of doing it. Yeah. The only thing I don't like about having to restart again is, like, I kind of like how that space elevator facility works, even though it's incomplete. If I really wanted to, I could figure out how to mega print it and pull it into the next restart, but that kind of feels like cheating. Yeah, see, assessing the needs of these two facilities kind of feels like I should restart. But I don't know whether it's going to be like a v20B or a v21. Because the things that we're considering doing different on a restart, just for this facility, ignoring everything else, is sticking a floor in for fused modular frame, like in here, purely because it's a frame recipe, and then like this entire facility would just be for frames. So actually, yeah, let's pull up the recipe for heavy modular frame again. Heavy modular frame. Yeah, fused modular frame. And then pressure conversion cube. So yeah, there'd be 2 extra floors going in on this facility, so it would be all like doing all the frames. Yeah, I'm really getting the idea of restarting it now. And I haven't even set up fuel plants this time around. Yeah. So stuff's going to get shuffled about, which is a minor alteration. The layout of facilities is going to be pretty much identical. Like we haven't really done a test run of having these two facilities this close, because I kind of neglected doing anything with them. Key thing is not doing that shit. So, yeah. We're not doing that shit. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's going to be a V20B or a V21. We know that that's going to go straight over there. Don't need to spend time looking around where we're going to plan it. We know this viaduct's probably going to move slightly. There's also the possibility of not running a viaduct through a bunch of trees. Because look at that big giant mess. And instead, making this viaduct even bigger. Even though it's like up way too high. It's really going to depend on what floor the Continuum ingot gets produced on if we split it across two buildings. I mean, there's also the possibility of doing diagonal viaducts, but like, yeah. We're not on a hex grid, it would feel weird. Yeah, I don't want to be doing that shit again. I think this is going to be V20B because some of these experiments weren't fully explored. So we're going to be keeping this experiment of having everything here. This seems like a really good location to put the blueprint design at, so we're going to like keep that in. We managed to plan ahead for doing the power towers, so we'll go with that shit. Plans for the coal and iron redistribution could be better. Like, that entire floor just seemed like a mess. Of course, we never really looked at the idea of producing novelisks over there. So. Okay, let's make that official. V20EX. Favor of restart. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a brief break, mostly so I can have the pedanticness of not having the V20 stream info in the middle of V20B. I might also end up, like, in the course of having me break, just feel like just not coming back on the rest of the evening and doing other stuff. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to be restarting the next time I play on Satisfactory. So that's going to be all for now. Goodbye.